Hey, what's up guys, it's Donnie. And now I have the Google Pixel 2 for me to review. If you want to see my stupid unboxing video, I'll link it below. I love all platforms. Yes, even Windows. I really love Apple's simplicity, even though it's a little complicated. iTunes sucks. And I love Windows for its... Anyhow, so I'm trying Android again after 2 years of using an iPhone. I won't talk much about specs, but if you want the specs, here you go. With all its latest specs, scrolling, opening apps, and sliding through notifications is pretty fast, and your way around the OS is really seamless. Google did a great job simplifying everything at the same time giving more options for enthusiasts. If you want your animation faster, you can always go to the developer mode. Switching to the developer mode is pretty simple. You swipe down and you go to settings, then go into the system option, about phone, Pixel 2, then you scroll down to see your build number. Keep tapping that build number like a madman until you're notified that you just become a developer. After that, you just go back out, you will see developer options, click on that, then scroll down to drawing. Then you change your window, transition, and animated duration scale to 0.5 times. Then you go back out and you'll notice everything seems to be a little faster. The design is very simple and it's not something you have to line up for. The just black version of the Pixel 2 has a little bit of rough texture at the back, making the phone a little less slippery than the blue or the white version. The bright 1080p display is really good. It makes you think you're just holding software. Really, I feel like I'm just holding software. And that's what Google has been focusing more. They're more focused on the software experience and Google Assistant. I'm using Google Assistant much more than when I was using Siri. The screen on the smaller Pixel 2 is really bright and it doesn't have much issue on tinting compared to its bigger brother. With the newer Oreo update, you can make the screen a little bit more saturated. That means most of the icons and some of the colors pop out much more. Not like Samsung standards, but it's better than before. The only thing that annoys me about the screen is it's too sensitive. There's been a lot of instances where I would accidentally switch videos on YouTube whenever I would just switch the phone from one hand to the other. It's because my palm would just lightly touch the edge of the screen and it would trigger it as a touch. The iPhone has no problem with those accidental touches. I still feel that using Touch ID gives you a more fluid motion when you want to activate your phone. It is still much easier to turn on your phone with your finger rather than making sure the sensor is right in front of you whenever you want to turn it on. Not having a headphone jack, it's still annoying, but at least the dual speakers makes up for it. They are loud, but sometimes they're not clear when you want to hear softer sounds.
Hey, what is up guys, MKBHD here, Fresh New Graphics. What is up guys, MKBHD here, Fresh New Graphics, and welcome to 2018.
Phone calls are very clear, Wi-Fi has no issues, but the Bluetooth I'm having issues with. Any Bluetooth headset I use would sometimes cut off whenever I'm in a large group where there's a lot of people using a Bluetooth headset or a lot of people are using their Wi-Fi, like in the library, and most especially when I'm using an Android watch. Apparently it's been an issue with Android Wear users. So the camera on the Google Pixel is too good. I'm sure a lot of YouTubers told you about that already. YouTube's machine learning in combination with Sony's lenses gives you really good photos with really good dynamic range, colors, and enough light with its 1.8 aperture. Portrait mode is very interesting to see here. Both front-facing and rear-facing camera is really good at cutting the edges to create the depth of field. But keep in mind, portrait mode only works on faces. When you try to do portrait mode on objects, the software wouldn't know what to cut. When comparing portrait mode between the iPhone 10 and the Pixel 2, obviously the iPhone 10 is warmer, the Pixel 2 is cooler, and it's up to your preference. But in terms of creating bokeh effects on portrait mode, in my opinion the iPhone 10 still has a long way to go. Low light is really good, but of course when you zoom in, you'll see a lot of digital artifacts. 4K video, of course, is really good. It's really stable using both optical and electronic image stabilization, and it captures video on low light really well. Since the Pixel 2 has a 1.8 aperture, you can still create those bokeh effects if you're close enough to the subject. Again, on video, with its wide aperture, you can also make bokeh effects with video. So in the camera department, you can't go wrong with the Google Pixel 2. So what's the takeaway from all of this? The Pixel 2 is a really good phone. And I can't deny it, it's one of the best phones. Although the design is pretty simple, the camera is great, the software experience is great, and Touch ID is really great. I would still recommend an iPhone as a beginner smartphone, but if you're porting over from an iPhone to an Android, definitely get the Pixel 2. Whether you get the Pixel 2 XL or the smaller Pixel, I would definitely recommend the smaller Pixel 2 because for the price, you get as much functionality as a Google flagship. But it's not for everyone. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, give it a like. Comment about your favorite smartphone for 2017. Now you can follow me on Twitter, and as usual, subscribe for future content. and click on the bell for future notifications. Again, this is Donnie, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Yeah, just finished.